Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another exciting episode of My Players Are Not on Stream. Give me a second. Hey, there we go. Everyone's on stream. Yay. Okay. Always got to start with the scuff. Yeah. All right. So, welcome to episode 36. Holy shit. Episode 36, guys. Telia Misfits. Yeah. With me, I have the beautiful Savian.
I might be opening the 14 queue during session. It's okay. It'll take me 4 hours.
Okay. The amazing. Let's go with God. I'm my brain. The amazing Ocean X.
My voice has returned,
Mm,
mostly.
yes. Much sexier than the text to speech. The stunning Raining Blades.
My cat keeps trying to climb all over my keyboard.
Ah, as cats do. The
Let your cat do that, become Freakazoid.
no. The absolutely fantastic Sarcastrophe.
Hi, everyone.
And absolutely stoned Spiral Proxy.
I'm rock solid.
Yes. Well, while you're rock solid, why don't you regale us with the story of the last session? Take it away, buddy boy.
So, last we left off, our heroes were still trying to figure out the optimal course of action regarding Henry and the Angel and Fabez. Well, it turns out Henry sort of made us rush that decision by rushing himself to the Angel to do something. Luckily or unluckily, Emrys was quick to react and give Fabez some sort of body, which he then used to disintegrate the Angel, which made me pissed off. And instead of dismembering every single robot, I just decided to go outside for a while, cool off. Damir followed me, but then he disappeared somehow. Whatever. After a while, I think they were having a conversation. I'm not really sure what happened. Henry exploded in a liquid darkness, whatever that was, and then he reformed with many, many eyes, many, many tentacles. We had to put a stop to that. And so we tried. But I turned to stone. I hope the party dealt with it. I hope they're okay. Or I hope we're not just a bunch of statues.
You have no hopes. You're a rock.
Okay.
I completely forgot that this is the recap is from your point of view, so you're kind of missing the last part of the session. It's fine. So, after Edward turned to stone, you were capable of driving off Terry, the thing you call Terry. You were capable of driving off as it.
Terry was the dwarf.
Terry was the dwarf. That's right. Oh no. Oh
yes,
no.
we scared off Terry,
yes.
Spiral Proxy's previous character, scaring him off to death.
Oh no. But yes, you managed to beat back Henry enough that he escaped. One of you turned to stone. One of you nearly turned to stone. I think it was Kyoho. Yep. And the rest of you, the effects of... Oh no, that's right. One of you is still charmed by Henry. Emrys.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, of course.
And two of us are asleep, right?
And two of you are asleep. It won't last long. But it's yeah. So anyway, as we return, one of you, the camera pans down to one of you turn to stone, the position as he is trying to throw a sword at something. Kyoho resisting the effects as flakes of stone fall off of her. We have Demir and Callahan on the floor, snoring loudly, and Emrys watching where Henry is no longer situated. Plus, you also have Fabus in his large robotic body standing in front of the door to the exit of the laboratory, and noticing that, well, Henry is gone. Unfortunate. Well, two of you that are awake, take it away.
Henry, no. He's gone.
That is quite pressing matter, but
Yes, we need him back. He's important. We can't allow him to go out in the wild. What if he gets hurt?
I'm more concerned about him hurting others.
Well, we don't want that either, but
Well, it's unfortunate. I was actually looking forward to putting this creature back into a containment field so I could study it.
Well, that seemed to be quite difficult.
Oh yes, of course, of course.
He escaped.
Oh well, and you just see the big robotic body just turn around and start walking back into the laboratory.
And Kyoho's gonna go try and wake up the others.
Okay, so Kyo, you go.
So it's not just her and a charmed Empress.
All right. Which you don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know they are charmed, but yes. You walk over
Yes.
to Callahan and you just slap him in the face. And
Oh my god. What the hell happened?
It appears that Henry turned Edward to stone and then fled.
God,
I was
that's like
nearly turned to
slowly
stone
dripped over to
myself.
Ed. Oh fuck. Where's the others? Emrys, Demir? Yo, are you alright?
I'm fine, but Henry is gone.
Yes, I said that.
Yes, and I said it because it's extra important. We can't just lose him.
Emrys was right.
Not know the destructive power that he is capable of.
We also can't leave
And-
Ed here either.
Oh, Emrys kind of looks at the Edward statue. Oh, no.
Callan just kind of turns around. Is the robot that Fabus is in, did he tip off to one of the two guard, or did he?
he seems to be analyzing the remains of Henry that were left behind, the glass-like structure that was burnt, and then where Henry came out from. He seems to be studying it. I assume Kyoho, you will go wake up Demir in the meantime.
Yes, I said I was going to wake up both of them.
Okay. But yes, Callahan, you were doing something.
My God, I just had a terrible dream that this large creature, multiple eyes. That wasn't a dream, was it?
Oh, you must be talking about Henry.
Oh, dear God. Demir just buries his head in his face. Or sorry, his head in his hands.
is his head in his face?
It's a head in
That
his
is very
face.
impressive.
Heck
uh,
you do.
Can Callan go up to Fabus and just be like, "Look, man, there'll be plenty of time to keep an eye on this guy. Do you have anything that can help Ed out here? He's ever been turned to stone."
you see that the robot body, the large robot body, seems to actually ignore you as you're talking. But then one of the smaller ones approaches you from the side and goes, "Oh, this one is more. This body is much easier to move around. What did you need?"
I don't know, maybe a cure-all for Ed over here. He got turned to stone by that freaky little Henry guy.
Oh,
I
oh,
wouldn't call him freaky.
that's right. Your religious friend over there. Of course. Let me have a look at him. And you see the very thin, almost skeletal robot body just walk over to Edward and begins to study him.
He's just kind of like scanning him, kind of like R2D2 style, going. How I think we
Do
have
you
to-
have any divine magic that might be able to fix this?
Yes, Callahan, your magic before it was able to help Kyoho. Perhaps there is something that can be done.
would I know what kind of divine strength? I'm low. So I suppose for you guys, I physically look look kind of like shit, like I'm proper drained. But
Mhm.
could I make is there religion or an arcana check?
This
or
would be an
medicine check I can
arcana
make?
check to
be
know
arcana.
what you need. First roll of the session. Let's go.
Yeah.
Great.
I have healing word. I could probably do this.
Look. In your vast experience as a cleric, you've heard about people getting stoned. You've partaken yourself, possibly. But this is a whole other level that you don't think you know how to fix.
I genuinely thought that you were actually voicing as Fabus and he was just giving out to me.
Oh, no.
I was really hopeful. So I was like,
Nope.
oh man, even the robot's making fun of me.
Not yet.
Yeah. Would I presume that the Court of Mall or someone along those lines would know how to heal him? Like, is this like a healable? Would I know if this is healable or if
What
Spyro's rolling up a new character?
what you do know is that there are very powerful divine casters that have done things you can't even imagine. So there is a possibility that yes, you've seen a spell that reversed aging. You've used a spell that brings someone back to life. So it's possible. You don't know what might help here, but it's possible.
All right, I kind of just stop and like, yeah, we might need to haul him back.
That
We
would
need
be
some kind of miracle,
very
though.
difficult.
Is the only thing. Does Ed's God? Do we know if they had like a church or if they had like their own temple?
Oh, actually, the Dharman religion. I believe Edward mentioned this, but you would know just in general. The Dharman religion is the only one that has no temples, no places of worship. It's
God damn it! God
Yeah.
fucking damn it! Of course not.
Sorry, I was having like a audio issues. Was Callahan rolling to see like if he knew like any sort of spell that could?
yes, he was. You
Okay.
can also you
Would
can
I
also do that. Yes.
Yeah, okay.
I'm just letting our magic people do their magic stuff.
Ah, the life of a monk.
This is
No
outside
key
of my
or
area.
anything you can do to
expertise.
key him up.
I do not think so.
14. Okay, respectable. With a 14, you know that actually let me check real quick. Boom, boom, boom. This would be, well, let's see. That's actually a pretty low roll for you.
It's a very low roll for
Yeah,
me.
yeah. Even with a 14, you don't know Demir. You don't dabble in divine magic much. There might be a spell. You know you've read something about a spell that cures several ailments. And then you start remembering there was that spell that cured Emrys's aging effect. What was the name of that spell? And you start trying to remember, and you do hear Fabus. Well, I do believe a greater restoration would be needed for something like this. Divine magic and all that. Complicated business, complicated business.
Demir's just gonna stay quiet. Now that Fabus has given the answer.
What sprinkling angel dust? That wouldn't have any positive effects on Ed, would it?
You know what? And Fabus just turns to you, and he has this dead robotic face just turns towards you very closely. Callahan just, yeah, that is a very interesting idea. Let's try it out. There might be some angel left.
Science.
Maybe try it on me first, like test subjects. I turn to everyone else, being like, "Please, a little bit of help here. Don't let him throw dust at our friend."
You just see him like walk towards where the angel dust was, like what little is left, and he just starts. The robot starts picking up a little sprinkles. You actually see almost like a small brush forming on the tip of his fingers, and he starts like brushing it into a little pan in his hand.
I'm not sure. Maybe does it need any like clinical testing first?
Well, I do believe none of you are turned to stone, so I don't think we can test it on someone that has been turned to stone unless we test it on your friend.
Guys, any input on this?
It's worth a try at least, I'm sure.
This is not my area of expertise.
Well, I wasn't really certain angels existed up until 2 hours ago, so it's kind of outside of my area of expertise as well, unfortunately.
Well,
Can't possibly hurt.
I could easily destroy Ed, yeah.
Unlikely.
Fabus, what if you...
he was very interested in it, so it might bring Henry back as well. And wouldn't that be great?
Yeah, Henry, yeah. Fucking, I'd love to see Henry again, you know. I have a few
Me too.
Okay, Emrys. I have a few choice words for Henry.
Yes, like oh, your eyes are looking very striking today, Henry.
Yeah, lure him in with the compliments. I hear you. That's a good way to be.
You see Favis walk back with it's a small amount of angel dust, but just carrying it in a pan. Like, all right. And he just immediately turned and starts to sprinkle a tiny fraction on top of Edwards' stone surface.
Why is he just going for it?
Yeah. Nobody's stopping him.
That's
He's
how
just going
science
for it.
works.
Yeah. Just try it. You wait for a moment. Another moment. Nothing seems to happen.
Oh, that
Like
was-
plan B, we grind 2 levels really quickly, and then Callahan casts Greater Restoration.
It's gonna
Easy
be a
peasy, no brainer.
montage.
Could I ask Fabus to give me maybe like a vial or two of the angel dust?
Oh, no, actually, I do need the little fraction that's left to run some experiments. Might be able to synthesize it and actually create. That's very fascinating. And starts muttering to himself. Well, if I add this compound to this compound, I might be able to actually create a potion. Oh, interesting, interesting. I should note this down. And then he does note it down. Done. Interesting. He starts mumbling to himself.
Can I try and sneakily? So I suppose I probably would. I have any vials tonight, like healer's kit or any of my empty potions of healing that I could try and scoop some dust into?
Well, I believe you've used potions of healing, right, during this trip.
Yeah.
So you would have the leftover vials.
I remember. Sorry, I also remember having more than just the one potion, but
You need to note it down. You need to note it down whenever you use a vial, you use a potion. Just keep the vial unless you break it.
yeah.
I'm gonna say you have at least one vial.
Yeah. Could I try and stealthily, sneakily kind of scoop some in?
He is currently looking at the dust.
Oh, is there not like it's not everywhere now? It's just in the one.
Oh no, he picked all of it up. Like there was just a little bit left because Henry just absorbed everything.
Yeah, shit. That's kind of why I wanted it because I figured Henry would be more than interested to have it. No, that's okay.
All right. Well, as for your friend, I can't actually heal him. I don't have the means. I might be able to procure a scroll. I can see if there's any left.
I was even thinking of maybe bringing him back with us. Fabus, would you be at all willing to lend us one of your metal suits?
To bring where?
That's TBD.
He just stares at you.
I just stare back at his cold robot eyes.
Yeah, just beep boop.
That's Callahan speak for he doesn't know yet.
Oh, I understand. All right, that was confusing. Well, you don't really need one of my robots. I can simply teleport you somewhere if you need it. I can.
Oh.
You can use my circle. I have no problem. Just need to tell me your destination, and I'll send you right over.
Does anyone have any good destinations, or
You have a teleportation circle.
Oh yes.
Well, this Callahan, we could your friends in the Church of Mal, perhaps they would be able to help us with healing Edward. With a teleportation circle, we will be able to.
yeah, the cord is severely weakened after that attack?
Yes, that's right.
But I suppose if anyone needs to know that there's an attack imminent, they'd be the ones to let know.
Well,
I can go back with Edward. And I pat Ed's stone back.
It cracks. No, I'm kidding.
Edward falls over and just crumbles to Dust.
Callahan's wrist probably hurts, is what he's doing.
No, he is a solid. This is a life size stone human, so it is quite sturdy and heavy. So yeah,
Yeah.
Kyoho might do some damage though. Being Kyoho, monks, dope monk shit, but still. But anyway,
Yeah.
Fabius does say, "Oh, before I forget," and he turns around. PX9, come here. And the big, large robot turns around and walks over. And he dips his hand into the robot and then pulls out the ring of mind shielding and turns around and gives it back to Emrys. As promised, I have no more need for it.
Oh, thank you.
And it has no
Emrys will-
soul inside this time, so you won't be hearing my lovely voice. And,
Afraid I might get a bit lonely.
no. Oh, Emrys, you're a charmer. But, do keep in mind, if you do die, your soul may be stored in there.
Well, then I'll simply request one of my friends bring me over to you so I can have myself a whatever your current body is.
Oh, an automaton. Oh, well, no, we're in a network, you see. It would be very complicated to add another consciousness to. It would complicate things. Yes.
I see.
You see, like, these two little metallic parts fold like eyebrows as if he's frowning.
I see. Well, it would certainly be dying in any case, so.
Ah, yes.
Well, maybe not, because you've been trapped in the ring for a very long time, so I'm not sure.
Oh, it's
whether I've actually
horrible.
worked
It's
out.
very horrible, especially not being aware of anything, unless whoever is wearing the ring responds back. It has been torture. It has been torture. Yes. But hey, some people might like it. I'm not going to knock it.
I will be additionally careful in
Ah,
that case.
That's good. That's good. Now, I am a goblin of my word. I promised you I would answer questions, be your friend, and now Favis the Undying is your friend. And he looks between all of you. He can't smile, but you get the feeling he might be trying to.
You know, Favis, I had my doubts about you.
I know. I've heard.
That's it.
I see.
I do have to give it to you, man. You threw one hell of a punch.
Oh, yes. PX9
Yes,
here is quite strong.
I know that how this ended was not ideal for any of us, but without Fabus's help, I'm not sure we would have been able to, survive our encounter.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm very certain. For certain, you would have died. Yes. Now,
Yes,
allow me. First of all, shall we move to another location where you can perhaps take a breather? My automatons will look over your friend's statue and keep it safe.
yes, thank you. Are we going to? Oh yeah, are the others asleep? Wait, what? Are they just asleep, or did we wake them up? What's happening? Sorry.
Everyone's awake.
Yeah.
Oh, is everyone awake?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everyone's awake.
Okay, so Demir is just not here, or do we not know? Or
The mirror.
The mirror is still confused as to what's going on because I had to step away.
Oh, Fabus is offering to go somewhere where to another location where you can rest.
And do we know, like, is it a two-way street, or is it like, hey, we get to pop back to Westreach and then we're there until we walk back?
Oh, I don't think he means using the teleportation thing. I think he just means like somewhere else in his lab or something, or somewhere nearby. I don't know.
Well, it did say someplace where you
You'd
can
have to ask
rest.
Fabis.
You'll have to ask Fabus.
I mean, the mirror will. I mean, are we just saying we were just taking a rest? Is that it? And we're just gonna hang around until
He's
rest up,
saying
or
he's saying that if you would like, he can take you to a place where you all can take a little bit of a rest, sit down, and tend to your wounds. Not stand here in the middle of the laboratory.
Yes, that would be. Thank you, Fabis.
Very well, please.
I hope that we can find Henry soon as well. I'm worried.
Oh, yes. Well, I'm unfortunate about the project, but well, if it is following its purpose, it will only be a threat to other angels. So no harm done. Anyway, and follow me. And he turns around and begins to walk down one of the corridors. Who's following him?
Yeah, Emra's just gonna.
All right.
I think that I might elect to head back to our previous encampment at the ruins and continue our studies. My studies there.
That is not too far of a trip.
Yes. So, if you need me, you know where to find me. Demir starts to walk off.
My good boy. And he raises his hand towards the mirror. My good boy, if you need to investigate anything in the ruins, you may just ask me and I can answer you. I was there when they were built.
Yes, and I suppose that many of my colleagues will be happy to ask questions. For the meantime, though, I do have some of my own studies and scribing of things that I would like to get back to.
Demir is how to say when he starts talking, he doesn't stop talking. I think he usually prefers to study things rather than talk to people.
Huh, well, and Oni, much like myself, you remind me very much of myself, Demir.
The mayor, just like is completely deadpan, no expression, and just nods and say, "Well then," and he'll keep walking.
Okay.
Or go back to walking away.
Okay. So who is currently going with Demir? Who's going with Fabis?
I'm gonna go with Demir because this place is dangerous enough. I don't want him to be moving in between places on his own.
Okay.
If we're gonna split the party, I don't want it to be one person off.
All right.
And also, I don't think this is RP trying to set things up for being out of town.
It is not.
Call back.
So-
Yeah.
All right. Callahan.
I only heard one of the options because I had to go ahead and get a blanket because the temperature drops abnormally out of nowhere there. So
Welcome
let's go
to the
Demir.
Emerald
What was the
Isle.
other one?
The options are either head back to the encampment with the Mir and Kyoho, or go with Fabus to a location to sit down, have a rest, patch up your wounds.
I will go with Fabus because his big robot could carry Ed's body. And Callum said earlier there, he might just teleport on his own back to the Court of Maul to try and get Ed fixed.
Oh, is that your plan?
Hey, man, look. Ed was after taking one for the team, you know?
It's a one-way trip, though. I won't be able to bring you back here. You'll have to walk back here.
Yeah, but someone needs to warn the court about this, about Henry coming after any sort of divine magic being.
Oh, I wouldn't worry. Henry is probably just seeking other angels.
What do you mean, other angels?
Well, that's what he was designed to do, hunt down angels.
But how many more could there possibly be?
Oh, I don't know. There might be... In my time, there were thousands. In this time, it appears to be peaceful. They might be slumbering, they might have left, in which case Henry might leave as well and search for them.
Yeah, I'm still not getting great vibes. Babs, is it okay with you if you carry Ed to this secondary location with us?
Oh, he'll be fine right here. My automatons will keep a watch over him.
We're pretty good in the fight. Demir, Kyoho,
The beer's gone.
And Kyoho left with him.
Callan knows this, and he turns around and he's like, be safe out there, right? And he awkwardly kind of shuffles back.
All right. I'm gonna say water walking is about to end. So, because you did spend a long time just debating. Wait, how long is it 1 hour or is it 8 hours?
1 hour.
It's
1
a
hour?
whole hour, yeah.
It's a whole hour. I'm gonna say water walking is just a minute or two, just for the sake of ease. You can walk to one side and then you're done. Except for Kyoho, because Kyoho has the ring.
Yep.
All right.
Speed water walking.
Water running.
Yeah, you're a ninja. Okay, Naruto,
Not.
calm down. Okay, no, sorry, Sasuke. So, Demir,
I'm
Kyoho.
not a ninja. Believe it.
There we go. So you head back towards the other site, while Callahan and Emerus, you are escorted into down one of the corridors into the chamber where you found the book, the books about the angels and the devices. And as you reach that area, you actually see the walls. One of the walls begins to shift as the bricks begin to leave their location and reform into an entrance. Please go right ahead. Do you go ahead of Fabus or do you wait until he takes the lead?
We'll go ahead.
Yeah, Callan's definitely going to take that step.
Okay, so you enter into the room and you hear, "Thank you for making your disintegration easier."
Wait, what?
That was a joke. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about this. It's just a little rest area.
Callan's just panicking. He's like, what the fuck? Oh god, what? Oh god.
It's a little bit of comedy to lighten the mood. Yes.
You got me.
Everyone's just sweating profusely while laughing.
Bro, and I just
Yes, of
Fortunate.
course I am. I am able to, with my ability to see into the minds of others. I of course knew that you were merely jesting from the start.
Yes, of course, of course. Anyway, please take a seat. And as you look, you do see there seems to be a dilapidated. Yeah, it's very old, well kept in a way, but it seems to be a chamber, a rest chamber. Uh, there's some things you might recognize as couches. Um, completely, time has been completely destroying these. It this chamber does not seem to be under the same effect as the laboratory, where everything seems to be preserved. But there are chairs that are made of metal that have seemed to withstand in some ways the passage of time. Um, Another automaton, though, enters the room carrying what seems to be medical supplies that will allow you to rest up and patch yourselves up.
Thank you.
Oh, of course, of course. He just stands there because automatons don't need to sit. As he now, as promised, any questions you may have that I can answer, I will. That was my end of the bargain, I believe.
Yes.
I feel like there was a mistake. I have the least amount of questions. Amos, do you want to take it away?
Of course.
He's just staring at you.
Emrys is just caught off guard. How long has it been? Has it been an hour yet?
Nope. This is
It's not been an
right
hour.
as you
Okay.
start. Right as you start your short rest.
Should have prepared these beforehand.
Are you all right, Emrys? He just steps
Yes.
closer,
Just
staring at you.
Me,
Dead robot eyes.
well, Emrys would just be like, robot, awesome.
Oh,
but not as awesome as him.
How were these? That's actually what Emrys is going to ask. How were these automatons? You call them? Did you make them? They're extremely advanced.
oh
Haven't seen
yes,
anything like them.
yes. I was not the inventor of the automatons. That would happen to be a colleague of mine, but he sadly didn't last long. And I furthered the schematics, and well, I added a little bit of something, if you know what I mean. And then he pauses for a moment. I was trying to wink.
Right.
There are a few of these scattered about. Well, he pauses for a moment. There used to be a few of these scattered around the empire. Only the more affluent were able to purchase ones, but I made them myself, so I have plenty.
I see. And you say they all seem to be connected
Oh
to your
yes,
mind.
yes. We are all in a network. I can jump between all of them as I see fit, and I can order them without having to speak. Actually, I am just communicating and giving them commands.
I see.
Yes. This little body that you see before you is nothing. is actually what I was trying to. Before I got a knife to the back, this is actually what I was trying to develop so I could continue my research further beyond my years.
Ah. Well, I suppose your research did eventually come to fruition then.
Some of it. I research a lot of things, Emrys. The Project Gula was one of them. Oh, sorry. You refer to it as Henry.
Yes, Henry, do you suppose he will return here, or?
Highly unlikely. I believe it behaves more like a beast. Probably doesn't have much of an intelligence. This is a place where it got hurt.
Before it left, I reached out to its mind and spoke to it.
You did. Fascinating.
It well, as you said, it seemed to not have at least our level of intelligence. It was regrettably in a way driven by a desire to feed. It was simply hungry.
That is what it was designed to do. We needed something like that. Unfortunately, I could not complete the research, the project like I intended to.
What other projects were you a part of? Could I ask?
Let's see. I developed the automatons, this new series of automatons. I was dealing with Project Woola, although it was my own project. Nobody put me up to it. I simply saw a chance once we captured the angel. I have a few other minor projects that deal with food distribution and whatnot during the war. Yes, of course. There's also the portals. There's the runes. I deal with so many things.
You helped to make these ruins?
Oh yes, of course. I was here when I was one of the ones in charge of the project.
I see. Well, I suppose this one is a well, it's your research laboratory, is it not?
Yes, this was my personal research laboratory. Yes.
And the other ruins in this area, there are four, I believe.
Oh,
Um,
those were for Project Eternus.
Project Eternus.
Yes. I'm sorry. I sometimes forget you don't know these things. Project Eternus was the plan of the Empire to continue on beyond the war. We were losing, you see, and they somewhat forced my hand into this troubling plan of theirs, but, well, apparently didn't work out as they wanted yet.
Yes, we as you may have heard, we encountered some of them.
Yes.
They attempted to come here via a portal, and well, it we managed to fight them back, as they were very ruthlessly attacking and invading this area, which well, we could not stand for.
Did you slaughter a whole legion? That's impressive.
It was not without sacrifices,
Oh, well.
but we drove them back.
It was mainly Emrys
But
taking care of business.
thank
you ever
you.
hear of this one spell? What do you call it? Hungry Hatter or something like that? Maybe.
Yes. Hunger of
Fascinating.
Hadar.
Hadar.
I am.
Fascinating.
I'm connected to beings beyond mortal comprehension.
Is that so? I would certainly like to learn more about that. And he steps closer to Amorous, like focusing. You see the lenses focusing on Amorous as he begins to study them. Where would you say
Well,
these powers all come from? Yes, yes. Would you say are connected to celestial beings? Maybe, maybe
No.
not. No, no.
No, my powers would not be celestial.
Would it be? Is there? I don't. I don't believe you have any markings from Kador, so I don't think it would have anything to do with anything. Anyway, I don't think it would have anything to do with anything we were working on. This is fascinating. A new power source.
Yes. Well, there was another in who traveled with us, who is no longer with us because of what we had to do to drive back
I am sorry for your
the
loss.
goblins. Yes, it. Well, but they too had unusual powers. Not, well, of course, not on quite as advanced as my own, but though I never really found out what their powers truly were. But what I do know is that when we, well, before we fully sealed the portal, its source changed, its destination.
That
It's
shouldn't be possible. It was set for a single point.
it's instead of the goblins coming through the portal, it began to act strangely, and our friend, his something sprung from his body, an otherworldly power, one not, I would say perhaps not dissimilar to the sort which I am able to conjure forth.
There
Beings
are.
of uncountable and bodies that cannot be fully comprehended. Simply countless limbs. It called out to the portal, and from the portal, its main body began to emerge. Its huge numbers of tentacles. We managed to break the portal before it could, well, invade this realm, but from the contact I made with it, it sought only to devour and destroy.
Fascinating. There are theories. There were always theories from the theologians that there were things beyond the void between the branches. Possibly something like that. It would have to be something older than the tree itself. Possibly. Very fascinating. I might have to look at the portal myself and study it. What is left, at least.
Yeah, so of course I trust that you will not attempt to reactivate it, as that would be, well, I'm sure you would not want to see those who stabbed you in the back once again, and neither would we wish to be invaded once again.
Oh, well,
So I'm sure you will be careful with it.
I have no intention
And
of restarting Project
yes,
Eternus.
and
However,
especially, I'm sure, although I know you are curious about it. If we did reactivate it and that creature returned again, we may not be able to drive it back as luckily as we did. And it, well, put in these terms, Henry is, I do hope that Henry's safe, but Henry was extremely powerful, and whatever was beyond that portal was inconceivably larger.
Emrys, you do not need to worry. I have no intention of risking the safety of the branch.
Yes, I did not mean, I was not doubting that. I was simply,
Worry
well,
not, worry not. I was not offended. However, I must warn you, Project Eternus has different points. There might be other portals that might activate at some point. I do not know if they continue the construction of other portals after my death. I was
judging by how, well, they were still very much alive and well, attempting to invade our branch, as you call it. So if they're, and well, if they were attempting to invade, then their goal must be the same. So I imagine whether or not they have the same, Project Eternus capabilities, I imagine they will be trying whatever that means.
Yes, well, they were stuck. Here's how the project worked, and I'll make it as simple as I can. We sent, or were supposed to send, uh, the capital into the space between branches. Once there, everything freezes in time. There is this is very complicated to properly teach you, but
It may be better to explain to Demir. He is much more of the mind for things like this.
very well. Have your friend come to me when he wishes to know about
Yes.
these things.
Well, that is not to say you cannot explain to me as well. But
Oh, yes, of course. Well, to put it in layman's terms, the capital was teleported into the space between the branches. A group, or well, in this case, multiple groups of legions of goblins were set to stay in a different place, also in stasis. And once the conditions were met for the return of the Empire, they were supposed to come back and recall the capital. So we could supposedly continue on with the Empire after the angels have left. Clearly, it hasn't happened yet because you've never heard about goblins.
I see. Emery's just kind of nodding, but kind of a little bit glassy-eyed. Yes, that makes sense.
Oh, of course, of course. It's actually very simple, but certain minds won't be able to comprehend. You're quite smart,
Yes,
Emerus. I
yes,
can
yes,
see
very
that. Callahan, are you following?
No.
Callahan's probably doodling on the wall or something. He's got some crayons out.
Would you like some water?
Oh, desperately, yes, please.
Oh, yes, of course. And an automaton brings you some water.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Fabus, can I ask you,
Where
you
did
fight in the war?
Sorry, could you repeat that?
Did you fight in the war?
Oh, directly? Like, you mean sword and shield style, or...
Truthfully, man, I can't see you using sword and shield. I suspected it was metal suits of armor and
Oh, yes, we did
mind
use
control rings.
automatons, yes. Well, I didn't fight in the war directly. I merely protected myself and innocent people from the slaughtering beasts.
The slaughtering beasts, pardon?
Oh, sorry. The angels, and he like this air quotes.
Ah. So you... It's okay. I was kind of just curious where you were kind of based during all this. I kind of had a feeling that you might have been more of a man behind the scenes, if you will.
I was indeed. I never fought directly, but my research and projects did help in the war efforts, but it was a losing war.
Who's the leader of your empire?
Ah, well, the Sun Emperor, of course.
The Sun Emperor, as in, did you worship the sun, or is it the case that...
Oh, no, that was merely a title. We don't worship the sun. Why would we worship a celestial body?
And who was the Sun Emperor?
Yes, Emperor Jezak. Let me write it because I know you guys want me to write
Thanks,
it.
man. Thanks. I was going to ask you.
I just realised that I don't have roll 20 open.
There
It
you
took
go.
me so long to notice.
Yeah. See, he was the 52nd emperor of the empire.
Does the name Jazarg, does that ring any kind of bell in my head?
Roll a history.
Nah. Jazarg, that's such a it's a name that really sticks in your mouth, and Jazarg.
Yes.
Callahan
You
can't
knew this
remember.
one guy back in college, clerical college. You think he sat next to you and divination?
I don't remember him. We were
Callahan
roommates.
probably
Oh, I don't
asked this
remember at
question
all.
and then forgot what he asked.
But he Fabius is going. Quite the military genius he was. However, war. He was born into war. He was born during the purge. So he only knows war. He only knows how to fight. He only knows how to fight angels. And he was given the position only because of his military martial might. I do not like the goblin, but I respect him.
I'm sorry, Fabius, not to undercut you here. You're why do you say that he is? Surely he was, no?
Oh no, he is. If Project Eternus has not been terminated, then he is likely still in the capital, awaiting the return of the capital.
You mean there is a how? Oh God! Oh, this is a little too much for my head. Emrys, they're not evil, but definitely not good. Goblin Emperors kicking it up in between the branches of a tree somewhere, chilling, waiting for him to be activated.
Yes.
I
I'm gonna need you to explain that shit back to Mir. I'm not gonna. I need to sit down, and
you are you Callahan. You are sitting down.
I imagine he would have like stood up as he's trying to like figure this all out. Just kind of like shaking his head. He's like, "Oh
He
god,
just
go back down."
moved from his chair and I was just sitting on the floor.
Mm.
Just hand in head, being like, "Oh god."
It's quite simple. The capital is frozen in stasis, while in the space between branches. There is no concept of time there. Well, not in the way we understand it.
So where are these goblins that we fought came from?
Oh, they came from the space between branches as well, but in a different location. We scattered legions in different locations to make sure that if one legion was destroyed, another one could take its place and continue on with Project Eternus.
Ah. And say if one wanted to stop Project Eternus, how would we how would they go about it?
Well, I suppose if the portals, all of the portals, were to be destroyed, there would be little way for them to return, unless someone else developed some other type of magic that can bring back, well, large groups of individuals from the space between branches. That said, the main project, the one to bring back the capital itself, that would require the keys to be activated, and the keys are in a certain location I was not privy to. I made them, and they stabbed me in the back before I found out where they were going to hide them.
By the way, Fabus, I just want to say you're bringing up this whole backstabbing thing a lot. I'm sorry that happened to you.
He puts a hand on your shoulder, can't really control his strength, so he kind of pushes you slightly down. Thank you, Callahan. That means a lot to me. It was a very hard time.
From what I understand, it was effectively the last thing that happened before you put into a ring, so I believe that he has had an enormous amount of time to brood over it.
You'd think that, but keep in mind, I've been stuck in the space between branches this whole time, so it hasn't actually felt like a long time.
Well, actually, what I was suggesting was that because it's been such a long time, it's been the only thing on your mind for such a long time. It's
Oh, yes, that.
no doubt burned into your mind, but, well, I suppose it works either way.
I haven't been able to think about anything else, especially because I haven't been able to have any other distractions. I still
Yes.
feel the knife in my back, even though I have no actual back.
Do I know of any like cleric tricks to help out with that? Cleric tricks, yeah, that's me. I'm not even a real cleric.
Nothing that affects unliving things.
No, kind of like mental things. Jeez, I'm more or less just going to reference an episode of House here where some guy didn't have like an arm, and then he like had this thing where he had used a glass box to make him feel like he actually did have it. Like that kind of, you know, that curing the phantom itch.
You know what? Roll a medicine.
Ooh, okay. Because I'm kind of thinking, based on kind of like my background, maybe that could be something there where it's like, oh, I remember getting stabbed, but the stab wound's been healed. Oh, 18, that's not bad.
You know, there are certain therapies that can be done with a few sessions, and a good therapist, it might be able to fix it.
D&D sessions or in character sessions?
Haha!
Heyo.
Back to muted.
I'm sorry about Demir and Kyoho, but you're just heading back during this time, so there's not much I can give you, but you're gonna be able to talk in a bit.
So I suppose Fabus, what's next on the agenda? What's we got our itinerary in front of us. Where are we going from here? What's Project Fabus up to next? Huh?
I will continue my research. All of them.
Okay, but I mean, like, are you gonna go visit anything? Are you gonna go to any nice beaches?
Oh no! I'll continue in this laboratory and transfer myself between facilities as needed, and continue the research for the betterment of the branch, as I like to say before. This is all for the branch.
Well, as someone who lives on your branch, maybe. Thanks for your good work, man.
Not to worry. You are, you humans are peculiar. You children of the third fruit. I never thought it would be anything like you. After we saw the Oni, we thought the third fruit would bear something bigger. I am sorry. It seemed like it was the natural progression.
5'11" is big enough, bro. Fuck off.
No, I'm not trying to insult you.
I'm just getting you, man. Getting you back to the old disintegration employ earlier.
Ah, yes, of course, jokes. I do love a good joke.
Um,
Yes.
we are children of the third fruit.
I
you
believe
say?
so. There's no other reason why you wouldn't be.
What would be the fourth fruit?
That is a complicated matter. The fourth fruit is corrupted. According to research and legends and scriptures, the fourth fruit was corrupted by Kado. To bear is his spawn and bring death to the branch. So I would say that the children of the fourth fruit might not be gentlefolk.
I see. The angel.
Yes.
It spoke of its mission to destroy the children of the fourth fruit.
Yes. Well, the fifth fruit, which housed the angels, was only supposed to ripen, and they were only supposed to be born once the fourth fruit was born, was ripened. Unfortunately, the angels came out early, which means the fourth fruit, well, it might still be around, and when it does come out, that might be a problem. But well, that's part of my research. Yes,
I see.
like
So
I
are the fruits then referring to different races of people?
originally, it is what we believe that each branch created five fruits. The first five fruits bore the first five gods of the fruit. Each branch was supposed to create five different races to live in each branch. Kador, according to the scriptures, infested the fourth fruit to bear destruction. And the gods of the womb, and he looks at Callahan, Mal included, well, actually led by Mal, created and poured their holy energy into the fifth fruit, which would then create angels. It
I
was
see.
all countermeasures. That's why the purge exists. That's the objective. The first and second fruit ripen. This is what we believe the cycle is. The first and second fruit ripens. The fourth eventually ripens. The fifth ripens right after, eliminating the spawn of the fourth fruit. And then the third fruit is the one that remains in the branch. Things have changed a little bit. But apparently you are the humans or the third fruit, and Oni are still here, the children of the second fruit. So in that case, it does appear that Oni did survive the purge. I don't know why.
Would you know who the first fruit would be?
Us, the goblins.
Ah, yes. Then I must ask, what would the elves be?
What are elves?
Or the halflings and dwarves?
What's a halfling and a dwarf?
Oh, right. This may be something that interests you in that case. There are, myself and Callahan, we are humans.
Yes.
You have seen, the Oni,
Yes.
of course. But the folk that, the goblins that invaded, those that they primarily killed were elves. They are,
Animals?
no, they are a race of people. They are similar to the appearance of goblins and to humans. They have the color of skin similar to humans, but they have pointed ears like goblins.
Another race? That's impossible.
And dwarves, our friend Terry, who the one we lost fighting the goblins. He was a dwarf. Dwarfs are they are short folk with large, thick beards. They're very stoic.
Aren't they just
And
short humans? Are you sure they're not the same species?
no, they are a separate species.
I see.
Well, I do not research specifically how closely related they might be to humans, but well, elves are certainly a separate species in any case. So, and then there are also halflings, which are similarly short, but well, even shorter actually.
Emerus,
In
this
any
is
case,
impossible. There shouldn't. It is impossible to have 6 races in the same branch.
that is why I was saying it may be something that interests you.
Oh, it does. Do you still have your friend's body? I would like to study it.
No.
I'm pretty sure I buried it, didn't I?
I don't know what we did with the Emrys says no.
Yeah, you did.
fucking lunchbox thing.
Yeah. You buried it.
Ah, good stuff.
Um,
Yeah. Jeez, imagine if I still had that. That'd be kind of great.
Well, you know where you buried it, but it's still mulch.
Well, I could show you at least images. Emrys will conjure up minor illusions, just showing an elf, a dwarf, a halfling. Emrys has met all of them, so
Fascinating.
probably one of them is just one of the elves from the people we've met. One of them is Terry, and the halfling is probably forgotten a name, but our patron,
Natasha.
Natasha. Yeah.
Emrys, this. No. Emrys, there cannot be 6 races in the same breath. There. Excuse me, and you just see the robot suddenly power down.
Just starts making dial-up noises. Anyway, sorry. um,
No, the automaton just powers down.
Abbas?
Pavis.
Oh, shit.
There doesn't seem to be any answer.
Shit.
Why does he care that there was more than 5 races? I'm not understanding why that's an issue.
Well, it seems to be directly linked to the formation of the angels, which were, the natural enemy of his people.
So what, do you think the angels like evolved into dwarves?
No, I don't. I don't think. I think maybe that is unlikely. That we saw an angel here, but
Killed an old angel and was captured.
yes, that's true. But well, I don't think angels reproduce, so I doubt that they could have
Made Henry.
That's true. I hope Henry's all right.
I hope Henry fucking dies in a ditch.
That's not a nice thing to say about Henry.
Listen, I was all for Team Henry until that fucker tried to disintegrate my ass.
Well, I mean, we did attack Henry as well, so. Anyway, it is so hard playing liking Henry now.
Actually, I think you're doing it really well, as I do.
Yeah.
So is it just quiet now? Or do we just take a short rest now?
Yeah, you can take a short rest because Favis is not responding for the time being. So,
Emrys is just probably talking to Callahan about
There's so much shit. Yeah, we're just be like, wow,
it's
that's
like
crazy.
the fruits. They're each linked to a race. One of them was supposedly corrupted. So maybe it's one of these. Maybe one of the races is secretly corrupted. It has weird implications. The fact that there's a lot of races, which is why Favis is probably acting weird.
That's a good one. Actually, that's a good theory.
Right.
So do we cut over to our two?
That's what I was going to do.
Prompt,
Yes.
Yeah.
So Demir and Kyoho, you all making your way back towards the ruins.
Yes.
Anything you wish to discuss while you're walking?
Just as an FYI, Demir would, since he has a 4th level spell slot, he would cast a fly on him and Kyoho so that they have a fly speed of 60 feet and can get back quicker.
Cool. You can get back in.
Just gonna get some water. I'll be back in a sec.
Actually, okay. You can. Well, it does only last like 10 minutes, right? Flight.
Yeah. So it'll basically be they'll be moving at presumably like dashing speed for.
Yes. So basically, instead of taking an hour to get to the ruins, you'd get there in about half an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
Alright.
minimizing our time out in the.
Yeah. So anything you're talking about while you're flying, or
Kyoho will not start talking unless Demir does. And Demir will probably
Demir is
carry
going
the
to be.
conversation.
Demir is going to be uncharacteristically silent.
all right, all right.
Just riveting cutover. Oni.
Well, I wanted to give you a chance in case you guys wanted to say something. So you do arrive half an hour later. You arrive at the ruins. They seem to be clear. They don't seem to have anything. Nobody has seemingly appeared out of any destroyed portal. You don't see any traces of anyone, so you still seem to be alone in the midst of these ruins.
Demir will start to short rest then, and while continuing his studies in silence.
All right. Very well.
Kyoho will also short rest.
Very well. So you guys can have your short rest. Nobody's gonna bother you. While the other group can also have your short rest. You can do the hit die heal ups if you want.
I'm gonna do my quickened healing first. Because my key points are gonna,
Yeah, I know.
and then use 2 hit die.
Holy shit, those 10s.
Yeah. And also, Demir, because he's with me, can also get the extra D8 from cooking.
Hey, Demir, you get an onigiri.
Ooh, I got. Oh, there's my hit dice.
Yeah.
And that I actually don't need the onigiri because that takes me to my maximum.
I needed it to cap back off, but only because I rolled that a 7 out of 10. Those were some good rolls.
Yeah, that was.
I rolled above
good
average,
rolls.
so.
In the meantime, Spyro, I am so sorry. You are still very stoned.
I think that this is a recurring theme for
I was like,
Spyro.
yeah, Spyro. Edward's just screaming like forever.
Yes. I am so sorry.
I'm just imagining that Edward's like in for those of you who read it or seen it, like Dr. Stone, where Edward's just like having to like constantly think to himself.
Yeah.
to make sure he doesn't, like,
He's
lose
counting.
consciousness. It's like 1 second, 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4
It's just
seconds.
one boob, 2 boobs, 3 boobs, 4 boobs. The power of horny will keep me awake.
I mean, that works.
No,
Have you
no,
seen
the
Dr.
power
Stone?
of horny.
It worked for one
haven't.
character. It can certainly work for.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, we'll try.
Oshio, are you back?
Oh, yeah, sorry, I forgot to say.
Did you heal up?
Yes.
Okay. So, going back to Emrys and Callahan, after about an hour, you're patched up, and the robot, the automaton.
Oh, and if it's been an hour, that means at some point
Yes.
during that hour,
yes.
Emery's just kind of just snaps to attention and is just like, "Fuck Henry."
Yeah, man. That's what we've all been saying. You've been saying it yourself. You were coming up with some real good game plans in terms of jumping him.
Something. Henry did something, and I couldn't.
Yeah, he turned
I
out
just thought that he was good for some reason, even though he turned Edward to stone.
I thought he was a good guy too when I first met him. It's that one big old eye of his.
No, it was likely some kind of magical enchantment.
Oh shit. How are you feeling
Emerus
now?
Callahan, as the automaton suddenly seems to wake up. Would you tell me where I can find more elves, dwarves, and what was it again? Halflings?
Yeah. We can probably do that. Why do you ask?
Well, I would like to study them. This is. I'll be honest with you. This doesn't make sense, and I am not comfortable with things that don't make sense. So I am going to have to study them. So, shall we go to a location where I can find more of these wonderful species? Yes.
I'll kidnap anyone, man.
No. It will. Everything will be completely ethical. I only work in ethical means.
I mean, that's a pretty good promise, but you got to run it by Demir first. He's the brains,
Yes.
We
or Emrys
uh,
too. Emrys also. You've got brains for days.
yes, thank you, Callahan. You're um you're smart in your own way as well, Callahan.
Yes. Everyone's smart. But shall you tell me?
You took too long. That was too much of a pause, man. You gotta.
Wow.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How about this? I teleport you and your stoned friend to wherever you wish, as long as it contains these dwarves and halflings and whatnot. And yes, I
We
will join you.
Yes, we would we were intending to go to if we were to return by your teleportation, then it would likely be a city of sort that we can
You have
find
cities.
quickly. Yes.
Oh, wonderful! Ah, I was somewhat worried you'd only have little settlements. But if you have a city, it might be easier to find these species. You all congregate together, I assume. Is any of them enslaved? Maybe I don't know. Maybe the halflings. I hear they seem small enough to be controlled. Yes.
There is not a designated slave race, if that is your question.
Oh well.
Your designated slave race.
Well. That's...
However, I do not doubt that. Well, the elves are on rather poor terms with a lot of the other races, so
Gladion, the Northern Kingdom, or
yeah.
Northern Kingdom.
Yeah. It's tetrarchy, but yeah, it's basically a nation. It's a nation to the north.
Northern Nation, that probably works. Yeah, sorry. They do take some slaves, and then Onigashima. It's a place near myself where I used to grow up. They have a reputation for taking slaves. Now, I myself was never um, privy to those details. However, it is grim to the face. But Windbor, where we're based, yeah, there's no slaves. No slaves. You
That's
should see Westreach. Westreach, it used to be this absolute another kip when we first went there, but now it's pretty decent.
Yeah, we don't talk about that, Callahan.
Or we don't go there at all.
Shall we go? What are we not going to a city then?
Well, no, we are. I meant never mind. We yes. If we were to go, obviously we cannot simply abandon the others, so we need to inform them and such first. So what I might recommend, if they need more time, there are likely elves relatively nearby.
Is that
Um,
so?
Yes.
Good. I will send out some automatons to search for them. In the meantime, if you wish to go to,
You
yes,
well, I'm not sure how they would react to the automatons.
that'll be fine. Don't worry
Um,
about it. I'll handle it.
They also very recently word has gotten out of a negative review of goblins.
Simple. I will not address myself as a goblin. It's simple. I'm merely
don't
an
think-
automaton.
I'll be honest with you, Fabus. I thought you were going to kick up a bigger stink over this. I now see why Emrys was trusting of you. As quickly as they were.
Of course.
Because
I've
from an outside
always
perspective, you seem like an absolute prick, but I appreciate the fact that you're a bit of a gent. Not gonna lie.
Of course, don't. Listen, I've rubbed some people the wrong way. I've been known to do that, but I've only focused on the good of everyone. So, if you wish to go to to wherever your friends are and talk to them, that is perfectly fine. Just return to the laboratory when you wish to be teleported. In the meantime, I will keep your stoned friend safe. I will put him in a corner somewhere and keep guard. He'll be fine. Yes, whenever you wish to teleport, that would be great. In the meantime, I will be studying some of these elves. Correct? It was elves. Elves. Yes, elves. And he starts walking away.
Just out of character, I can't wait for us to come back and find Edward being used as a doorstop.
Well,
True highlight.
are you guys heading towards the Mir and Kyoho?
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. I think we're gonna
We can cut.
go, and because they said where they were going, so
Yeah, we can.
assuming they are there.
We can cut to an hour later when you guys arrive.
Actually, just before we go, would we have does Fabus offer any like form of communication with them?
Oh,
Well,
if you talk to him, okay. He's not offering,
just
but do you talk to him?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yes. I actually have something here.
Sending stone.
PX2, come
he's gonna
here.
give us a Dragon Ball Z Scouter.
PX2, come here, please. And one of the automatons approaches and opens a compartment in the stomach, and he takes it out. I keep forgetting I don't actually have to ask them, but you know, old habits die hard. I was never connected to the network before. Here, take this, and he takes a little bracelet and puts it on Callahan's wrist. This, if you press this button and scroll your finger towards one of the three symbols, you see that this is a metal band. It seems to be copper, probably. It has one button on the side and then three buttons on the other side. And if you press one button, move your finger to one of these three buttons. It will communicate with me. Currently, the other two, the second and third are not assigned to anything, but the first one is assigned to me. You will be able to send me a message. It is a good way of communicating. You will send me a message, and I will be able to respond to you.
Thanks, Fabus. I really appreciate this. This is so where I'm from. This is almost akin to a friendship bracelet, and I feel like this has deepened our relationship with one another.
Of course, lad. And he like hits you on the back. Again, he can't control his strength, and he's a robot. Yeah.
This is the how much strength did he have? 30.
Fucking amazing. He had plus 11 on like just a natural roll. It's ridiculous.
All right. So you do have a communicator with you. So
Nice.
do you go then to Demir and
Yeah,
Kyoho?
yeah,
All
I
right.
do.
So as you arrive, you see Kyoho apparently meditating, while Demir is still working on the walls, on the inscriptions on the walls. Both of you, Demir and Kyoho, you see Callahan and Eris return, perfectly fine and not dead or disintegrated.
Or so they think. They don't know that Emrys and Callahan have actually been replaced by flesh puppets.
We don't talk about that. Spoilers.
Isn't Emrys already a flesh puppet from the whole
Ooh,
backstory?
deep cut.
Oh my god.
Oh, damn. You got me.
But yeah, you see each other arrive. No Edward, though. I am so sorry, Spyro.
Demir Demir doesn't say anything. He doesn't react.
How goes the research, Demir?
Going.
I see. We have gained some information. We have learned more about the, if you remember, the fruits that the angel spoke of. Emrys is just going to count. I'm not going to like say it all again. Emrys is basically just going to recount, the different fruits. There's like races for each fruit. One of the fruits is corrupted. Blah blah blah.
Basically, recount the conversation with
Yeah,
Travis.
and then following that, like if there's then races to each fruit, why are there so many races in Telia?
Demir's just listening, and he is scribbling notes, but he's not like engaging as he usually might.
Yes. So we also learned that
Kyoho's reaction is this image I'm posting. So-
Yeah, I believe that's Kyoho and Callahan's reaction.
Okay, I get it.
right. Yes. So this information has greatly interested Fabis, and he wishes to learn more about the other races. Ethically, he has stressed, but since you do not seem to care about that, in addition, he has warned us that, especially because of the fact that, well, we've seen the other goblins and they invaded. There may be other gateways that they might attempt to come through, and that we should be aware of that and be ready for that. He has also told us that it should not have been possible for that creature we saw start to come through the gateway, it should not have been possible for its destination to switch. And he's not sure how that happened. Did we talk about anything else? Or am I forgetting something?
Probably just how troubled he was.
Just about the whole moving the empire thing, Emperor
Emrys is going. Oh
Desire.
yeah, Emrys is gonna try and recount that.
Yeah.
But Emrys didn't get that.
I like to think that RB and Sev were listening in. So if Emrys recounts everything as best they can.
Emrys will recount everything as best they can.
There we go.
Demir's a smart cookie. Demir can.
They yes, so that they have moved to a space where there is no time. Yes, and also I am no longer under the effects of the magic that appeared to be causing me to act preferably towards the creature that was Henry. I'm not sure why Yes.
He was capable of strange magics, which is what
Yes.
Edward de Stone. So just Kyoho shrugs.
How are we all feeling after that fight, by the way? Any air we need to clear out from the room? Specifically, if anyone has any beef against the person who carried Henry and named Henry out of that room. Because if that's something anyone would like to address, I'm open for it.
Mayor, if you are upset with me for freeing Fabis, then I'm sorry.
You did so to help save us, and if you had not done so, I believe that we would have perished. As for the case of naming Henry, none of us knew that something like that would happen, so I do not hold that against you.
I attempted to contact it before it left, and it simply acted out of a hunger, desire to feed. There was nothing more in its mind. But we do know that with the right spell, we can return Edward to normal.
You just need to get a copy of that spell. I suppose. Listen, are we all going to stay put and would we prefer to study the runes and understand a little bit more before we head off, or is it in our best interest to kind of start taking charge and heading out now? And maybe in the morning I can contact Natasha to send maybe a larger force over, just say that the runes on our end have been cleared. And I'm thinking, who's that? He starts clicking his fingers. He's like, who's that dwarf guy we helped from the Pathfinders? What was his name?
Oh, you asked
What was
me.
his name?
Well, whoever answers.
No, I'm only asking because I'm just flicking through it right now. Abe.
Yeah, Abe.
Yeah.
Last time we got that greater restoration spell, we got it off of some guy attached to the Pathfinders. I wouldn't be above reaching out to Abe. He seems to be on our side for all intents and purposes.
That's a good suggestion, actually.
Yes.
I'm happy enough to head out right now, make contact with him, see how things are, and see if there's anything that we can do to help one another. You know what I mean?
Yes. Also, as strained as our relationship can be with the Pathfinders, given past experiences, informing them of Henry being out in the wild might not be the worst of ideas.
Yes. Yes, we definitely need to.
How weak did Henry look like when we were done fighting with him before he fled?
It's here's the thing. Henry was a blob of darkness that just grew different appendages and tentacles and whatnot. It's very difficult to tell if how hurt it was, but a lot of its body have been diminished and cut off and whatnot. So, and if it ran away, it's because it seemed threatened. So, yeah, it probably hurt.
Okay, so he's an impossible to kill at the very least. All right. Yeah. Do you guys want me to head off now and touch base with Abe, see what we can sort out? This was these ruins. They're very interesting. Like it's one of these things where I know I don't come across as a guy who appreciates history, but at the very least, I do appreciate the work that went into this place and the history behind it. So if we need to stay here a little bit longer, I'm all for it.
Guys?
You're still looking at the wall, writing things down.
Right, well, I'm gonna bounce then, and Callahan just he makes a dip.
All right.
All
We
right.
we have a method to go to wherever we like, when we wish, to avoid us a potentially hazardous journey back. So
That is at least comforting.
yes.
All right. Who's going to talk to Abe? Just Callahan?
Emrys will go with Callahan.
If Himmer's will go, then Kyoho will stay. Splitting up the party is not a good idea, but if we're
Oh,
going to
if
do
if
that, I
but,
don't want to leave.
but
I
if
don't want to
if
abandon somebody.
hang on, if Kyoho was gonna go with Callahan, then Emrys will
No,
stay.
only if Emrys didn't.
Oh, okay.
Demir will voice up, say, "I will be fine by myself here. It was fine when you all went off before.
All right.
We've cleared this area of danger. I don't foresee any issues here.
Are you sure?
Quite so."
Kyoho will go off with them then.
All right. So you do remember the map more or less, and you do know more or less where the other ruins are. The closest one being site. Let me check. Site 2. Actually, no, Site 4. No, sorry, Site 4 is the flooded one. So Site 2, you figure that if he's somewhere, he's probably in Site 2 because he can't really explore the flooded. It does take about 45 minutes to get there. it's a generally safe area because you do see a lot of that flower that keeps monsters away. Um, if you remember, the elves tend to plant it, or at least have their strategic locations where these flowers are located, so they can have safe paths, and you do take those safe paths. And once you reach the site 2, outside you actually see a tent and a fire going on. You see a dog laying down by the fire that seems to it raises its head, looks at you, and then goes back, uh, recognizes you. This is Jack's dog. Um, recognizes you and lays back down. Uh, and you do see Abe in the process of cooking this large chunk of meat. And you look at, hi lads, what do you need?
We well, we actually haven't come to ask for anything. We've come to relay some well, a warning about something actually. During our investigation of the other ruin, which we of the two we had,
You killed the monster, did you?
yes, we did kill the monster. There was a Hydra,
Good
I
on
believe
you,
it was
lads.
called.
It's quite
Unfortunately,
unfortunate.
deeper inside there was a much more dangerous creature, which we fought it, and Edward is in not a great state, but hopefully not a permanently dead one.
You mean the fellow with the armor, the big
Yes.
one? Aye.
Yes, he has. Well, he has been turned into a stone statue.
sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. Just say
No, it's
stone statue.
well, yes, it sounds quite unbelievable.
Uh-huh. So I'm supposed to be on the lookout for a monster that can turn people to stone. Is that it?
It is an amorphous black creature full of eyes and teeth.
What's amorphous
Um,
mean? Don't use fancy words, lad.
It has no defined shape.
It's kind of like if smoke were liquid.
Yes.
That's what I thought of it as.
You see, when he talks, I understand him. When you talk, there's a few words I don't really understand.
My apologies.
Aye.
Yes, in any case, this, well, the Hydra we first fought and defeated was extremely dangerous, and this one, it escaped, and it is potentially even more dangerous.
Aye.
It particularly targets those with celestial connections, such as, well, Callahan and Edward,
What's a
who
celestial?
worship gods. Creatures, things that worship gods, especially things with god-related powers.
That's no problem then. I don't really worship a god.
Yes, but this is something for you to relay to anyone,
Ah.
any pathfinders that help you, or
Listen, lad. This west, this place, it already has a lot of dangerous things, very dangerous things that we cannot explain. One more little fucker isn't gonna be scary.
Well, it
It's been
certainly won't help
trying,
to
and
be
it's
aware
on
of it, at
its way to
least.
civilization.
It's trying to make its way to civilization.
It
Okay.
could make its way to civilization as it could fly.
Yes, as it seeks out creatures, well, things that worship gods, I suppose, and things that draw powers from the gods. Those things are more than likely found mostly in cities.
And it can sense these things. We do not know at what distance this ability,
All
but
right.
it is.
I have a team of Pathfinders coming. I'll talk to them. Have them send a message back to headquarters.
Thank you.
Oh, thank
Um,
We
you.
do not know if it will make it to the east where the cities are, but it is dangerous enough. We wanted to inform the people that we could to be prepared for it.
Aye,
Like we informed people about the invasion.
aye. Already told them. Now, just gotta wait for the team. That's why I'm standing guard here. Gonna take a few days for it to get here. You know how it is. I'll tell
I
them
see.
once they get here.
One more thing. If you happen to see any, how to describe, they look like suits of armor that are alive.
I fought one of those once before. A big suit of armor, empty inside. It's wizard thing. I don't know. Are there any wizards around here that can do that? Is that what you're saying, lad?
No, they're not exactly suits of armor. I'm not quite sure how to explain it, but they look like strange suits of armor, and they're not hostile, is what I'm saying. If you see any, you likely will not need to attack, unless there are some other ones that I'm not aware of which do attack you.
Oh, I can't exactly eat metal, so I'm not gonna be hunting one of those. I'll just leave it alone then.
Yes.
But if it attacks me, and he raises up his axe and just not.
Of course.
Aye. Anyway, that all you wanted?
I believe so. Callahan?
We're also looking for the Greater Restoration Scroll.
Oh, yes.
We already covered that. Yeah, so turns out the only way to cure being turned to stone is through a scroll for a spell called Greater Restoration. I know you're part of the Pathfinders. Would you have access to a spell scroll like that?
I might be able to buy one.
If you can, I'd be more than willing to foot the bill for you. We've tried in the past trying to find one, and it's an absolute another nightmare trying to get one.
Aye, if you're not with the Pathfinders, you're not. Some shops are not going to sell it to you.
I've found that's strange, but I suppose that's brand at the end of the day, isn't it?
It's just weird deals. I don't know about it. Well, listen. I can buy one, but I had to go there. So once I'm done here, might take a few weeks.
I don't think that he's well, stone is quite resilient, so
Yeah, he's not going to get any worse.
yes.
Come
You
here,
say
yeah.
so.
If you could let us know, I can let you know if it's still the case we need it or not. If it is, happily pay you. I know you're a businessman. If interest needs to be applied, interest has to be applied. Yeah, it's just one of the things we just know how much of a nightmare it is getting. So I figured I'd just jump it
Listen,
up.
listen. I'm usually based in Snaken. It's a town to the north of Westreach. If in a couple of weeks I make it back, just go there and find me, and I'll I'll pull some strings and get you a scroll, if we have one available.
Thank
Yo,
you
good
very
man.
much.
I really appreciate it, man. Cheers.
Aye.
I'll give him kind of like a fist bump. I'm hoping that he doesn't hit as hard as Fabus, but I'm now braced for a metal golem to smack my shit
Actually, he
apart.
just holds the fist up and waits for you to bump it.
Ooh, power move. I go for it anyway. Let's roll.
Okay. Roll a strength. Okay.
Powerful.
He looks at you and gives you that nod of respect. And then he turns, takes out this large chunk of meat. Take this with ya.
Thanks, man.
Aye.
Hold up the big old chunk of meat
Yeah, it's very anime-like, very Dragon Ball Z, like
on the
chunk.
bone.
Yeah, on the bone. It's safe. That's how it works.
Right. Well, we're gonna circle back. Yeah. If there's anything you need, we're hoping to get some people out our way, our camp. Let us know if there's anything that you need, if there anything we should be aware of, and we'll do the same. You know,
Aye.
keep it friendly.
I'll be around here then.
Well, dope. I think that's us.
Okay. So if nothing else, you return back to the ruins where the mirror is still silently looking at the same wall. Um
It's still the same wall. I haven't like moved on to like past the corner.
There's a lot
no,
of wall.
it's a lot of wall. It's a lot of wall. You get there, and by this time, it'll be it's starting to get dark.
Well, shall we rest up here, or?
Yeah, I'm happy to take a rest around here. I'm happy to take first watch. Anyone want to join me, or we all good to just take it in even turns?
I think if we take turns, that would be ideal.
Everyone get their full night rest. Right on. Listen, I'll get a campfire going. I have this big hunk of meat to split with you guys, and I wave it around and be like, "This definitely has to sort someone out."
It's cooked. It's well cooked.
It's
Right.
really well cooked. That burn pits, they're the good parts.
Mm-hmm. Demir, are you putting up the dome, or are you just quietly going to sleep with your back to everyone?
Have we stayed in here before? We did, right? Or
I think we stayed in here because it was like it was full of corpses.
Yeah.
Demir will put up the dome for anyone who's interested.
Okay.
A dome would be
He's
nice.
he's not gonna force everyone to like gather around
Fine.
and like. I think only Demir can't leave the dome.
Yep.
So he'll set it up like basically where he is, so he can keep on studying until he sleeps. But
awkwardly in the corner.
Yeah.
pretty much,
Can,
people will still be able to like go in and out. But he'll just like everyone knows the drill by now. You have to be in the dome when he finishes casting.
Yep.
Callum asked for permission to be in the dome circle beforehand to Demir directly.
Yes, you may.
Yep, just double checking.
All right.
You have
Thanks,
to be
Kurt.
inside of it when he casts it.
Yeah, but he wanted to ask permission. That's being polite. Yeah.
He wanted to ask permission before he got in Demir's personal space.
Of course. Question then. Before you take the long rest, anything you wish to discuss? with each other? Anything you wish to do? Speak now or forever hold your peace.
To be honest, it's probably quite awkward unless Demir says anything.
It is. I would like Callan would say something if it was just himself in the mirror, but if everyone else is there, Callan's just gonna be like turning away from everyone, being like, I'm gonna be percepting to see if there's any goblins anywhere, anything like that. Like making a very
Right.
obvious show that he's trying to look.
You can
Emrys is
listen. You're in the camp. Not everyone needs to be in the dome the whole time before you go to sleep. You can, if you want to catch someone alone, you can, for example, between changing watches or while the other two are busy, you can interact with someone in private if you want. That's up to you. Not stopping anyone from having conversations.
Demir's stopping everyone. He's gonna hunt down anyone who tries to talk. Make sure they're
Fireballs.
silent.
Fireballs. So what do you guys do? Just quietly, or do you want to have a conversation?
Emrys probably keeps looking at Callahan and then at Demir, just kind of, doesn't say anything, but just kind of like,
Hey, Emrys, Kyoho, could you I'm after seeing something kind of suspicious over here. Kyoho, you're really good survival. Emrys, you have that gem in your forehead.
If you want to talk to amongst yourselves, just do so.
Yeah, we're just checking some out over here, buddy. We'll be back with you. I'll try and take the two over out of earshot.
Emrys will go to Callahan.
All right, whatever.
Hey guys, I don't know if you've noticed, but
You
Mary's acting
guess new
awfully
haircut.
strange.
Oh, no, never mind.
What?
Nothing. Yes. Yes, Demir is, Kyoho, you've, been with him all day.
Except for that part where chat with Abe. But yes, he has not been as talkative as normal.
You'd think he'd burst into conversation when we asked about the ruins, but
What was Demir's stance on freeing Fabus and the Angel?
pretty sure he did not want free Fabus. And that was mainly it.
I think this is the second time that we've gone against his wishes. Now, admittedly, the second time worked out in our favor. First time didn't. But I think that might have rubbed him the wrong way. Now, I could be wrong. Looking at people, I'm really good at. Reading them, not so much.
Not the best at conversing with others either, so I've just left him to sort things out himself.
Well, without Fabus's help, we would likely be dead.
Yes.
And
No, listen. Hindsight's 2020. Freeing Fabus, I feel, was a good idea.
Callahan, you've talked to Fabus almost as much as I have now, and well, he's
Yeah, he grows on you.
he's unusual in ways, but I do not think that he is. I do not think he has bad intentions at all.
Yeah. I think freeing him with the perspective we have now was a good idea. But at the time we didn't know. It was a very rash decision. It did end up throwing everything that we were discussing out the window very quickly. It led to the death of
I know, but well, we didn't have much of a choice, to be honest.
Exactly. And then the elf in the room, as well as that, I'm the one who brought Henry into this picture. We've got some angel killing monstrosity out there that I'm after releasing.
I would have preferred that we would not have to have done that to the angel ourselves, but if we had not have done that, then Henry would have caused it an even worse fate. And if Henry had done that, well, simply by consuming the dust that was left behind, it became what nearly killed us all and
Mhm.
has turned Edward into a statue. If it had gotten hold of the angel, well, I don't know what would have happened to.
Exactly.
Let
Well,
alone us, but anyone living anywhere near us.
what matters here is the fact that this all more or less happened on our watch, and so this is just something that I think that that he feels passionately about, but he's a really difficult guy to read. I understand maybe 40% of what he says. His vocabulary is too strong for me. I'm making wisdom saves all day just trying to listen to this man, and he is killing me out here.
Wisdom saves.
It's a
Callahan, I
weird
think
cleric thing. Don't worry about it.
I think you've picked up some of his unusual vocabulary.
He's a yabbing. Someone needs to approach him. I feel like if it's me, he's going to beat the shit out of me, which he's more than welcome to, of course. But I don't know if that would help him. It would definitely help me if I were to beat the shit out of someone if I was in his position. But Demir is like a steadfast, but he's a gentle soul.
Do you think that I should talk to him?
Will he talk to you? Do you think?
Well,
The other thing is Terry's death.
Yeah.
It like affected all of us. Like it's still fucking with me
Yes.
in like a large way. Like seeing like me and Terry hit it off real well. I mean Ed, like I feel like I've known Ed for a lot longer than I currently do, and he's gone temporarily, but the permanence of Terry disappearing, that fucked with me. I don't know what's doing to him.
Yeah.
I
Things are
still
very
didn't
stressful.
get to find out much about Terry at all. His powers, he had the same. He was also able to communicate with the minds of others, and he could. His abilities were similar to mine in ways, and
Do you think
now
Demir shared anything?
I do not know. But what I'm just saying is that, well, with the loss of Terry, I don't know if I will ever find out. Well,
So, who shall speak with Demir?
I could attempt to speak with him.
If you're offering, I suppose go for it.
I could also, well, I will not, but if we need to, I could coerce him into speaking with me
That
through
would not
magical
help anyone.
means. Yes, that's why I said I would not do it, but I could.
Maybe you might not be the best choice then. I suppose it might be that fear.
Yes, that's sort of what I'm worried about.
Joe, if you're up for it, feel free to go ahead. If not, that leaves myself.
If you do not think that good thing you to try to do, I could attempt it myself.
I could
Or we could all just talk to him as a group.
I could attempt to not delve deeply into his mind, but I could read his surface emotions.
I wouldn't, man.
I do not
Honest
think
to
that would
God.
be a good idea in this situation.
Like, if you did that to me, I just get more annoyed.
Right. Yes, that's what I was worried about.
But I appreciate the offer, and I just pat Empress on the back. I think maybe it might be better if we all approach Demir. Because it could be the case he might have a bone to pick with all of us.
Yes.
Right. Let's give it a go. Shall we?
Let's
Go
go.
nods.
I like to imagine that all of you are like in a huddle, like linking
Yeah.
arms, just
All
Nice.
arms together. I'm imagining all arms together. I'm
yeah.
like,
All oh my
It's
god.
probably Cowho's probably like kneeling down though.
do you guys
Callahan's
remember,
like drawing in the dirt, like, all right, so Emerus, you position yourself here. Yo, you go over
If he tries
Imagine
to
how, like,
flee,
you remember that 70s show where like it all flipped between everyone's faces?
yeah.
Planning for the encounter.
Yeah, kind of like they're going.
All right. So you return to the mirror, who's still inside the dome, studying the wall.
Because he can't leave the dome. Because if he leaves the dome, there's no more dome.
Haha. Yes. Go ahead.
Emma just kind of looks to the other two awkwardly and then just
Wait, does Demir notice them approaching?
I
There's.
wouldn't be stealthy.
I mean, there's three people approaching him. Yes.
Okay, Demir's just gonna say, unprompted out loud, I don't blame you for freeing Fabus, you know, if that's what you're worried about.
Hmm.
It was the logical choice, given our predicament. He's still reading. He's still looking at the wall, by the way, and writing down notes.
well, I'm glad you understand, but I'm not sure that you are pleased.
You would not be incorrect.
Would you mind voicing your concerns?
I believe I did a good enough job of doing that while we were still discussing what to do, and all of which I admit went out the proverbial window with everything that followed with that creature and attempting to reconvene with the angel.
Yes, we had to make do with what was available to us. But
Just want to say this party's communication skills suck with each other.
I mean, we've
It's
literally-
a
we've got
wonderful,
Kyoho.
it's a wonderful train wreck to watch. I just want to point that out.
Let's just kind of go through everything. So we've got Kyoho, who might as well just need I say more?
She's very good at
Um,
scowling. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
tend to play more charismatic characters, so I was doing a little thing different this time.
Yeah.
We're not blaming you. Just talking about the characters.
Yeah.
We've got Callahan, who just kind of speaks in a different language, basically. To be honest,
I know Irish is very
He
complicated.
speaks uncommon.
I like to think he just speaks the common language rather than the common.
Yeah, the language of the common folk. And then we have Emerus, who is not the most, despite the high charisma, is not known for the most sociable of skills.
Emrys's charisma is literally all in just like all of the other charisma skills.
Yeah, it's
apart
the
from,
acting. It's just for the acting.
Yeah, it's just like pretending to be good at things.
Yeah,
but
and
not
then
actually being good at things.
and then we have Demir with his wonderful, you know what you did. I love
What
this.
about
Yes.
Edward?
Demir is just this moody nerd at the moment.
Edward is the stone bro in the
Or
corner.
Spyro.
I'm so sorry, Spyro. Yeah, but sorry, continue. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just love seeing this. It's the wonderful amount of awkward.
Demir, look, I'll cut to the chase somewhat. There is quite obviously something that you need to say to one, two, or all of us. And I don't know that because I can read minds. But I have not read your mind. I'm being very respectful. Even though I wanted to. But because I've held back, I don't know what is going through your mind right now.
That would make two of us. Demir will turn and he will face them. He will look at them and he'll say, "I don't. Let me be frank. You all are very dear to me. I have not been close to anyone as close to people as such as yourselves in a while. I don't want you to think that I am somehow we are friends.
You don't want to think that we're friends, or you?
We are friends.
Right.
I
Yes.
don't want you to.
He does not want us to think that he is upset to the point where it has fractured our friendship. That he is going through a lot. Is that what I am inferring?
Yes, there's a lot that I'm going through my mind. I am trying to think over things, but I don't want you to feel like I guess I don't know what I'm trying to say. I do not feel like I am somehow now against you, or that I do not care for you or any reasons, just because I am, as I said, thinking.
Right. I understand. And thank you.
We have been
Demir
through a
will
lot,
turn
and
back towards the wall.
And I do think that giving you time to process things, giving all of us time to process things, to our mutual benefits.
Quite
If
so.
yes. So all we're saying if you need to say anything to any of us, you can. Even if it's something not nice, I'm sure that we'll understand. Mostly. Because, well, as we've both said, we don't know what's going through each other's minds, and I could attempt to explain what I'm thinking at this moment, but well, you already have a lot going on inside your own head. Right. Maybe maybe tomorrow we can help you continue researching this wall. How does that sound?
That would be lovely.
Right.
I'm looking forward to it. I love walls.
Whenever I start laughing, I keep getting into a fucking coughing fit.
Yeah. Bit of a cough myself I'm working through. So
I love that. I'm sorry. Yep, that was perfect.
All right. I think that's the
Yeah,
conversation.
Scene and scene.
Just kind of ends
Congratulations,
with
boys.
them
We
kind of
did it.
awkwardly looking at each other and then going to bed.
Yeah, I assume so. As you all lay in your bedrolls inside the dome, some keeping watches one at a time.
We all go to bed an hour later than we intended to because it was just so awkward and no one could sleep.
Yeah. Nobody can actually sleep. Just the awkward energy around the camp. Um, feels like your girlfriend is breaking up with you, but for all of you, just it's very awkward. And as the night rolls on, morning comes, and it's actually we're gonna end the session this time a little bit early, but just the just a good point without
It's a good stopping point.
without a
That's not a
cliffhanger.
cliffhanger.
Yeah. I've been told that I enjoy cliffhangers too
And
much.
we've got the cliffhanger. What's going to happen when we wake up?
They're good cliffhangers. I appreciate them. They keep me
This
up
is
during the week.
this is what's called a hidden cliffhanger. When we open up next session, there's going to suddenly be a second dragon upon us. Windscars and a little friend.
Yes,
gonna-
yes. It's gonna be
Windscar.
no. It's going to be Earth Scar, and then it's gonna be Fire Scar, and then Water Scar. The farm, Heart Scar. Oh, fuck off. I was trying to get that. Okay, but either way, that was a good RP session, guys.
That was enjoyable. Although I feel really bad for Spyro.
I feel
It's a
so
good
bad
RP
for
session,
Spyro.
Spyro.
Oh my god, Spyro! I'm so sorry.
My man logged out. My man's gone.
I love RPing with Spyro, guys, don't you?
I was just thinking the whole time. I was just like, man,
It would be
funny.
a lot of fun RPing with Spyro more on One Piece RP.
Yes, please join One Piece RP. It is
Yeah,
it is a wonderful
join
website.
now, you'll join in time for Santimus and get yourself a nice item by just posting in the Santimus thread.
Nice
Yeah.
customized item for your character.
Yeah, if you join now, you might get a character approved in like
good.
2 weeks.
Only 2 weeks? Wow.
Yeah, no, because it's a new it's
Let me
a new user.
Let me check C-Reg. Yeah, we have absent here from November. Well, I'm not staff anymore.
All right, I'm gonna go find someone to raid. Give me a moment while you guys talk. I hope you enjoy the session though. It was
Yeah.
lore
Yeah, it was
and
fun.
then
Yeah, it was
RP
really
heavy.
It
Yep.
was like I felt bad for like it was like, oh man, there's all this awesome lore, but it was like, I also want to like try and make sure things hurry up because we can go back and after like a montage and like go back and maybe get Edward unstoned.
Yeah.
Yeah. It unstoning someone is complicated. I am so sorry, Spyro. Once again,
You're so sorry you gave that monster that ability, yeah?
I'm so sorry. It worked.
Hey, if it's any consolation,
It's
it was
okay.
almost 2 party members that would be stoned.
Oh yeah, that would have been fun. All right, so oh no, wait, this is a rerun. No, not read. I'm not gonna read the
Oh,
rerun.
we're here to rerun, yeah.
Let's see. People are people with D&D. Need more people with D&D. Okay, so this is Italian. There's a lot of Italians. Wow. There's a lot of Italians playing D&D. That's impressive, guys.
Nice.
Let's see. Well, there is one that says the tags are as such: English, gay, and LGBTQ. Let's go with that.
All right.
All right, so let's. I don't know these people. I do not know them, but they are playing D&D. So let's go. So do
Let's go.
this if you don't have a sub. Do I think it's this? Yeah, if you have a sub, yeah. And let's be respectful and just say hi and yeah. Anyway, this was a fun session. Love you guys very much. I really had fun. Apparently I love playing Fabus. So yay.
God, I love Travis so much.
He's so fucking good. I
love
still
him.
think about when he was like, Emerus. These sessions go, it was so good.
Yeah.
Travis is just my favorite. He's so good.
He
So
he
much.
reminds me of Arthur, except not a colossal prick.
He's not even that. He's just this like. He just comes across as just this like
He's very
bumbling
excited.
like researcher to me.
Yeah.
Like he's just like so completely research obsessed, and he's just like he's just
Good.
like
Good.
Yeah,
For
I just love that.
science.
For science.
Yeah,
Wait,
really
I
great
figured
job
out-
with Travis. I really like